Well, yeah, one of the problems with that is that also late game PL is fine. I mean, he's really good. He can burn a lot of mana, but it's not the same as a late game Medusa who can actually get kills. Like PL, he takes away half your life very fast, and the other half he takes forever to do. Whereas in OD was dying a lot early in these fights, so PL is like, he's by himself. He has to do all this. He couldn't do it. He can't chew through the tons of armor and HP that Sven has by himself.
So will Team Adroit pull the same stun? Will Team Army Geniuses surprise us once again? We'll find out in this draft that has already commenced for game number 3. Takes out the AA, Winter, and well, ES, as we saw, pretty impactful in the previous game. Away from Army Geniuses. Meanwhile, they take out the Void Spirit, Oracle, and Morphling.
Natsumi's Morphling, very scary, and definitely a hero that can go against the Sven, you know, 1v1. Not something that like a PL who has trouble doing that. And we're starting out with the Pango as well as the Enchantress. So is it going to be the Bach Enchantress? Is it going to be the Boomy Enchantress? Same thing with the Pango, but okay, Army Geniuses. They liked what Underlord brought in the previous game. They want to get more of that. He did have a couple of clutch, you know, let's get out of here, guys, with his ultimate. So that was pretty good.
Do you think they're going to run it in mid again, or they're going to actually throw it back into the off lane?
I think that, I mean, right now you have these flexible picks. You know, you can play Batrider as a support, you can play him as a mid, as an offlaner. Same thing with the Underlord, you can play him like, you know, mid. We saw him play mid, but he's traditionally played as an offlaner. So they're like, you throw this out and you're like, well, let them guess. You know, we will choose later based on how they guess.
True. Right now, the cards of mystery is on their favor. Nobody knows about the players that plays for Army Geniuses, but after today they might, as they banned out the Slack, banned out the Magnus as well from Adroit. Wait, no, they had actually Army Geniuses had Magnus in the first game.
Yeah, first game. It wasn't the best though. It wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best.
So yeah, taking them away from, and we know that Magnus is a big Adroit hero. So you know we've seen it at 2 and it's at 4, so it's very popular. And now that's gone away. Also, Slark would have been pretty decent at Natsumi. Similar style, who explodes later in the game. And actually, he's again one of those heroes who, the longer fight goes on, he's very good. Not like the PL, who the longer fight goes on, the less impactful you feel he becomes.
That's true, because he's gonna stack in all the edgy, and just wreak havoc across the entire map. What is Team Adroit going to respond in the first 2 pick coming up from Army Geniuses? They know now that they have a Batrider, so they might be playing a pick-off game, especially now they have a Dark Rift. There's so many possibilities to pick off.
I'm surprised Bloodseeker was not banned. I mean, it's such an easy. Oh, there you go.
They take on the Bane.
So yeah, if someone gets lassoed, you can Nightmare them for a second, or you can just Fiend's Grip the Batrider himself. It's also going. It also. So we are gonna have a very interesting thing. We're gonna do something amazing. This is one of the amazing things we do in this tournament.
Yeah.
Where we fool you by making you think that it's actually Adroit on the way, but no.
Yep.
No, it's Adroit's the one with the Underlord and the Batrider.
Because it's Dota 2, right? You never reveal your item until it's done. And
yes, it's question marks all over. So Army Geniuses is the one with the Enchantress, the Pango, and the Bane. So, I mean, were you fooled?
I was fooled. I was fooled for a second there, but thankfully I'm on my feet. We were on the same page, but then I forgot. Totally forgot to myself.
But this is the second time we do this, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna keep this
interesting,
very fun for you. So yeah, Army Geniuses.
Coming up again with you know, Army Geniuses still surprising us with the Bane pick. Okay, that's them. Don't get fooled by the words. Words lie.
Words lie, but Dota never lies.
That's true. That's true.
You can always trust Dota. So Army Geniuses, they're gonna have the PL again. Is it for the first time? Would they have game 1? Did they have?
They had it in game 1. It didn't work out for them.
Didn't work out for them. Adroit, they're coming in with the Underlord, with the Batrider, as well as the Tiny. Pretty flexible-ish heroes, although we see the 4 Tiny be a bit unsuccessful. So
he was recently nerfed, right?
Yeah, his toss used to be like 1300 static, then went to like 1010, 1200, 1300, then now it's 850. So I was like, damn, that's really bad.
Oh. Army Geniuses.
That's Adroit.
No. I know. Army Geniuses looking at their
own
hero,
draft,
the carry that carried them in the previous game. That was what I was about to get to. You know, I was totally not fooled by the names myself.
Me neither. I mean, I looked at that, so I was like, it's so obvious. We'll see who falls for it. But yeah, Adroit, interesting. Again, the underlord and this Sven are very interesting because of the way you can just control the battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, this area is like a no-go zone, and Sven, I wonder if we'll go Aghanim's as well because it's like you'll just be able to chase them all around.
I'm not a big fan though. You're picking a Sven into a Bane.
Yeah, right. It's one of the things that I felt like last game they really needed like BKB piercing, super strong. I mean, they had the Grim, but they need one more, you know. So
because clearly the Stormhammer with an axe just goes right through it.
But yeah, Fiend's Grip. If you can Fiend's Grip someone, what do they have to go through it? I mean, Batrider can stop it with his lasso. Tiny has two ways to stop it. Sven, I mean, if someone else gets Fiend's Grip, I don't think Pit of Malice interrupts the channeling spell, but I'm not actually sure about this because someone has to confirm it for me.
We'll find out in this game, man. They confirmed the whole interaction between Stormbolt, Axe, and this Soulbind. We're about to find out here again. We're learning every day, thanks to these teams. What would they come in for the response?
Final set of bans coming out. Army Genius is banning the Timber Saw. It's Adroit's turn. It does seem weird for Adroit to ban their own heroes like that, though. Magnus, Morphling, Slark. Strange.
I guess, I mean, in game 1, they had the Magnus on Team Army Geniuses, so now they're just denying it away from them, I guess. Although there was not much success with it.
So the 1-for-1 for each team. It's like you can't really hold anything back. Necrophos being banned again.
That was good. That was good, though.
Yeah, Adroit banning another hero that they actually used to great success. So we'll see what they want to close this one with, though. It's probably gonna be their mid laner. I'm like, who are they really gonna take here? Let's see. You're up against a PL. You're up against a Pang. I mean, Bloodseeker's still an option, still around. I kind of like the idea of Bloodseeker because you also have the Pit of Malice, and then you have the Blood. And it's really easy to stop the Fiend's Grip because you can just throw it around the area. You know, it's like he's around there somewhere. You know,
it's a huge AOE.
Yeah, it's really big. So you can catch him with that.
So are you expecting the Tiny on the side of Adroit to be a core?
I think it's gonna be support. It feels weird if it's a core, honestly. And okay, there you go.
Oh, there we go. This confirms it.
Yeah, it's position 4, Tiny, and yeah, you got the 3 cores. There you go. Let's say Crystal Mania coming out last pick a bit. You know, like I didn't see this one coming, honestly, but we'll see if they can make it work. They do have heroes that guzzle down mana, so they will appreciate it.
Yeah. The aura she gives keeps them in lane a bit, especially for this Tiny. If he is going to be a +4, he's going to roam around a lot. At least the mana,
I mean, Geniuses though. Well, let's see what they are going to actually be. What are they going to be taking here? They have to take their. Is it going to be a Pango mid or is it going to be Pango off lane? That's the thing that we have to think about.
I feel when it comes to Army Geniuses, they're just going to come in with a surprise. It's probably going to be a Pango mid. It's probably it.
They go with Pango mid, and they still need an off lane or someone who can go up against this Sven. It's a tough one, actually.
So do you think? Wait, hold up. Who's going mid on the side of Adroit?
For Adroit, I mean, it's either Batrider or Underlord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Sven's your safe lane.
But Adroit don't traditionally run the Underlord in the mid lane. They could after the previous game, which they saw Army Geniuses did, but
learn from it, yeah.
Yeah, but is it in their capabilities? Have they tried it before? Are they confident about that?
I think it depends on last pick as well. Like, we'll see what if they go for like last pick Huskar, you can actually put the Batrider because he can just go around him later when with the Firefly. But if you put the Underlords, it might be a little bit harder for that because you just can't get close. So we'll see what they go with. Although if you go Huskar as well as PL, that's such a weak like late game, because again Huskar takes forever to get damage and PL does no damage once you have no mana. So I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that at all. But Adroit's it's like I'm usually going for Invoker.
Choose your hero. Why do I have a huge gut telling me that this Bat or this Tiny is gonna go in the mid lane for some weird reason? Something's telling me that the 2 is gonna flex into the support, like a Bat support or a Tiny support.
Well, I mean, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Underlord off lane. Bat. We've seen Bat versus Invoker, but this was like a long time ago, back when Bat mid was really popular. Yeah. Back then, Lasso used to do like 100 damage a second or something.
He just crushes Invoker hard in the lane, actually.
And I think before that, you can actually, when you last summon, you used to be able to hit them in return.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my prediction till I see like the who's on what, you know, because then it's like.
Well, that's a safe thing to do, but
I mean, I just need like a 10 seconds of game time before. Do you have a prediction on which team is gonna make it?
Honestly, no idea, dude. I don't even know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't even know who Android's gonna throw in the mid lane, Tiny or the Bat. I got a feeling it's gonna be either the two. Meanwhile, Army Genius is pretty standard. Yeah, picked. Yeah, but we've seen time and time again. I mean, based on historical evidence, the traditional draft somehow falls out.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming out here.
Yeah, game 1, game 2, it's the creative draft that actually won. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. I am the curse, so whoever I vote might need to pray a little harder.
I mean, Adroit has the most creative hero of the group, Sven.
That's true.
He's like the most, like the least seen hero. So he's the biggest surprise coming in. I'm excited to see what Sven can do. And Sven versus PL favors the Sven heavily.
It does. But they have the Bane.
Right. The Bane is.
It's always the case. You know what? We'll make the prediction once we find out who's on who. As you said, that was the best idea. This is the game 3 of a best of 3 series. First matchup of the day. It's Team Adroit versus Team Army Geniuses in this game 3. We'll see who will move on to the next stage, who will drop down into the lower bracket. Oh, well, it's a mid underlord.
Yeah, just like last game. That's going to be the case, man. So it is Army Geniuses on the Radiant side, and Adroit on the Dire side. So
looks like we were right the first time round.
Yeah.
Were you startled about that? Turned out.
This is just a little bit of surprise, you know how. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, so Stargaze is on his event. Now that makes a lot more sense now, because you're like, oh, Enchantress is popular for Adroit, and Natsumi loves the PL. And you have Bane on the Phoenix group now available. So I feel like it's this time is gonna go more. I'm going Adroit on this one. Again, three in a row. I'll get this time, hopefully. I just believe in the Bane. And I think the Invoker pick is going to be able to do a lot more. Like Odie can do a lot as well, but now you have the Invoker as well. Fiend's Grip is going to help control the Sven. So yeah, go for Adroit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm going to go for Army Geniuses.
There you go.
You know how it is, man. We're going to go to 1 for 1 because we've seen what 2 teams can do, and it's only fair I pledge some sort of respect to Army Geniuses being the underdog walking in here. They've taken down T1 once. They can probably do the same to Adroit, seeing as though how game 2 turns out. We'll find out. Stargazer, they are trying to rinse and repeat the same strats though, so that is going to be some sort of a disadvantages walking in, knowing that they have the answer.
I wonder if they think that Invoker is going to be doing a better job than OD mid lane, you know? So it's kind of weird that I mean, I thought OD is a good pick. I mean, it's a really good pick against Sven, but Invoker, he comes in with a bit more early control. So and plus he does that thing where you cannot attack, the radial blast or the deafening blast, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. So mid lane, and he's going to go for the Exhort build, which means that if you see a Nightmare come out, you're also going to see a lot of damage coming out from the Sunstrike.
Oh yeah, that is a good setup. Yeah, that was like a traditional thing to do, especially with the Invoker Natsumi back on his PL.
Courier
has been killed.
Boomy again. They are playing the same thing. You can read Adroit at this point. Before minute 1, take over their outpost. Go snipe the couriers. And now Lawless Shy.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's like, I tossed him to you. He's like, whatever.
He's got brain sap anyway.
Well, actually,
he does
Nightmare. Yeah, because they believe that the Nightmare Sunstrike combo level 1, it'll be the thing. Like if they get someone low life, a Sunstrike coming out, like I believe it's like 187 level 1 or something pure damage. It's a lot, so that'll help a lot.
Yeah, it's a bigger kill potential. Not to mention that Bane had like 9 stacks on his stick charges earlier on. I don't know who. Oh yeah, the Bat Rider with his sticky napalm. So there was no way they're gonna get a kill on him anyways. Lawless pulling the wave onto the mid lane. Is that what he's doing, or will he pull it to the top? I've seen the people pulling it to the mid just to give some sort of a defensive advantage for this Underlord.
That has a lot of damage. Boomy on the Enchantress. This is just so much damage really to deal with.
Oh yeah. Also, Worth noting, we said that the Sven's counter is being disarmed.
Yeah.
They have the Pango with his swashbuckle.
It is only a percentage this time. There's a chance that you can sometimes like hit him 6 times and nothing happens, and you're like, oh, thanks, game.
Thanks.
You know.
RNG was not on your side then.
Oh.
Rotations made down bottom. Stargaze actually falling pretty low, but comes the avalanche. The toss into the tower, takes in so much damage. Well played, coming out from Army Geniuses once again, making the bottom lane work.
Bach a little greedy with that one, and at least the one thing you can say about this is that at least it wasn't followed by a double kill, you know. But still, great stuff for Army Geniuses getting that first blood for Stargazer again. Mac, how's he doing? He's farming all right. They're relatively even so far. So yeah, they do have even more control than last.
Oh, the toss backwards. Boomy now in trouble. The blast there. Crystal Nova deals decent damage, just enough for this Sven to clean it all up. Get a second kill under his name, and that's less than a minute.
Army Geniuses really loves their tri-lanes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't they? Sorry.
They do, they do. They love it so much.
Well, Tiny, I still think that Tiny is going to be one of those heroes that falls off later, but what you can always do with him is just blink in, toss someone back. It's a very risky play, but it can be the game-winning play. But I still find the hero to be a little underwhelming, especially early game where he has to get kills. He is getting kills. He's doing well. He's exactly what he needs. And here comes the toss.
Stun there. It connects. Boomy gets tossed back again. You were talking about what he needs to do. He's making it work despite the nerfs on the toss. That's all they needed. Secure 3 kills. That bottom lane is just as good as over at this point.
What they might consider doing is putting the Bane bottom just to go try, because if you're not, you're kind of really just gonna be losing people left and right, especially on the either you move the Enchantress top or somewhere else, or you go try bottom. But they are thinking, no, we want Natsumi to have a good lane, and you can see Batrider, he's really suffering. He's only got 15 CS.
He tried to go with the cheeky pull, but the sleep is there just to negate the aggro.
Yeah, he's TPing back. Can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, he sees him.
Sees him, Lawless Shy, trying to get into the mid commitment here, trying to toss him back, but to no avail. Mac will get out just in time.
So, alright. Tiny's doing what he needs to do. Bounty runners are coming up though, and actually Boomy is somewhere. He's probably getting himself a creep, and yeah, that's a pretty good creep to have.
Oh,
that's a pretty good
area. He actually wants to contest it. Avatar's combo. Unfortunately, the levels are not there enough.
Revenge.
Now he's taking all the damage in the world. Mac, a kill goes to his name. Pretty sad, that one. That probably wasn't an ideal situation to give that kill away to the mid laner.
And that's all 4 bounty ruins as well for Adroit. They're going to take the 4th one right now. That was a bit much.
Yeah.
You see, ML was able to sleep and take 1, and then the Natsumi took the other. So, you know, I like 3-0. It's looking okay, Army Genius, but Adroit's ahead by 2K.
Yeah. So that's the downside.
Yeah, it's like it looks like it's good, but there's like more to it. And Tiny he's a shark. You know, he has to keep feeding, or he's gonna be useless. All of sharks have to keep swimming. But you know, you get what I mean.
I do get what you mean. I mean, Adroit is a shark, literally a shark, but yeah, I get it.
He's got to keep ganking successfully, not just ganking.
Well, he's about to do just that, actually going into the backline, sneaking his way through, but I think they spot him out with the wards. But Boomy in the most unfavorable position. The stun is there to connect. They can just chain it, man. This duo, this tri-lane, actually, the combo, the kill potential is just pretty scary at this point. Bach has to get out before the toss actually happens. 5 stacks of the sticky napalm now on the Bane. Bane has to be careful. You gotta respect the stacks
20
here.
Stacks.
He does have 15 charges onto the wand, and now they're turning this one around.
I thought I had all 20 actually, sorry. Yeah, well, either way. I mean, and they're willing on Adroit's side to give up like the bottom lane completely. Let Boomy die. Not just they're willing to give Stargazer, they're letting Boomy die because they want to shut down the Batrider so much. They're like, come, you know, 10 minutes in, he's going to be the one who's making moves. I want to delay that to 15 minutes.
Hold that thought. They're going at it again. The Stormbolt connects. Toss backwards. Do they have the control? They will with the CM in the area. Crystal Nova will slow them down. He's, in fact, just going to accept his fate.
Bach, maybe a little hasty with that. What you could do is basically you take the stun, then you move away with the swashbuckle. Instead, he swashbuckled away, hoping he can get away from the Tiny. He did, but the stun still followed him. That Thor's hammer it sticks to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna leave you forever.
Only when you're worthy you can hold it up. Oh, there's a gem on the ground.
No.
Gem. What was that? What was glowing? Oh, cold snap connects onto this mid laner. Here comes the Sunstrike. He actually reads into it, moves away, dodged it a little bit, and now the damage coming out from his end though.
Bit greedy of Mac to hold the Sunstrike when you had him sleeping, you know?
Yeah.
But he's like, you know, he's probably thinking, can we actually do it? I mean, is it going to happen? And he's like, they're like, oh, it could have happened, you know? So it's a little unfortunate. CML, though, probably not the person you want to send ganking anyway.
Oh, there we go. Just pulling the creep wave. He's doing the least he could, but look at that. Just negates the aggro back into the lane. I don't even know what he can do at the top lane. Might as well just go towards stacking in the jungle and clear it all up with the Firefly at this point.
Actually, can we look at the net worth right now if that's possible? Because Pango's got 3 times the CS as Barra. I don't think Barra even died. And Pango has that at least twice, I believe. And yet, I imagine his net worth is higher just because he's done such a good job of just getting CS, you know? Oh, there you go.
It all up.
That's some for Batrider. We got 3 of those.
There we go. He gets more with it. Rolling Thunder committed down in the bot lane. Questionable what it was for, but it was committed nevertheless. Now he's out of mana. Gets the disarm onto the Sven. I think they know that he is alone at the moment. Boomy gets frostbitten up into the Pit of Malice with the Firestorm. The damage is there, but can they take him down just in time though? He's getting out of there. He's gonna get he double backed on it. Firestorm again. He maybe if he
Bambi moves fast, you know.
Bambi. She's got to run for her health, right? For her life.
No, that's Bambi's mother.
Yeah. You know? She doesn't want to suffer the same fate. And Mac, on the other hand, will suffer what Bambi's mom did. Kind of grim, that
Being
story.
mounted on the wall, right?
Hey, I thought we said no animal cruelties around here.
Lawless Shy, really good on the Tiny. Again, this is such a rare performance to see on a Tiny. Most of the times, it's just a hero that requires so much skill, but he's making it look easy. Just walks in, gets those stun tosses, but at the same time, I mean, look at the net worth. Batrider, lowest on his team. That's your offlaner. Oh, well, actually, no, just looks like CM bought a sentry. She was just below him.
Yeah, she heard you. She had to keep some feelings going on.
And it is a bit different than last game, though. We do know that Natsumi's PL is farming a lot better than last game.
True.
He's ahead of the Sven, and I imagine that Adroit might want to be playing a little bit faster this time. Oh, it is Shrine. It's outpost time.
They can't contest it. It's only in 2 more seconds.
There's a lot of people here.
They're going for it. Stormhammer connects, but the save coming out from this Bane, and now Rolling Thunder connects onto 2. They're just going to pinball this one down. They seize him in the backline. Control is there. Tiny cannot commit any further, but they do get a 1-for-1 trade on both supports. But the damage coming out. Swashbuckles to clean it all off. Now they are outnumbered, actually. Drops a Pit of Malice, holds him in place. Bach will go down, but the Deafening Blast is there to disarm him for the least of time. I'd say, well, it's technically an even trade at this point.
2-for-2. One thing I really liked the CML was the Stormhammer's coming towards him. He nightmares himself, dodges the damage. I was like, that's really cool. That's well played. Well, Royal Jelly is on for Army Geniuses. And during this time, though, Natsumi continues to farm. And like Batrider is slowly just crawling back, trying to get some net worth. You know, 1.8k is just not much, but Natsumi is this is the lane he wants, and you have to think Army Genius is okay with this. They're like, listen, take the hit for now. We have the Sven farming. That's how we won last game. We'll stick to that plan.
Don't change anything if it's not broken. Stargazer just got himself an Ocean Heart. Oh, sends it straight back. Gives it to the Tiny, you know. Take it. He's roaming a lot. Might as well.
He's always in the river anyway.
Yeah.
Well. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doing just fine. He is smoked up though, looking for the next objective. They spot out the Doppelganger. Natsumi, drops down the ward, very deep into the jungle. They will see him, but he's got some sort of game sense to find out. A Pit of Malice will hold him in place with the Road of Atos. It is going to proc once again. The toss is there, but the damage, not enough. The burst will force some sort of rotations up to the top lane. They might look to just turn this one around and commit to it, but he has friends in the area, while me waiting down there.
They're all here except Sven.
Oh, here comes the Tornado onto the CM. She's the only one to easy pick off the target, this Aper. He gets the lasso, pulls him down to the low ground. Pit of Malice to connect. but the Rolling Thunder just disrupting any sort of advancement they want to make. They do take down Mac though. Gets the Invoker. They're down with the magical damage. So Bach will just walk away, but the Centaur on their side. Well, they are camping in the jungle for a reason on the Dire side. Because they're on their side.
Dire's middle tower is under
Needs to
attack.
get that Fiend's Grip, and that's an unfortunate trade. Losing the CM, whatever. Losing the Invoker.
Dire's
Whoa.
middle tower
Oh, that
has
hurts.
fallen.
Yeah.
That hurts, losing Invoker. And Bane, not yet level 6. It's almost 13 minutes in. You need the Fiend's Grip. And Chandra, she's level 6, but she's not gonna take any points untouchable. Thinking, hey, if they get close to me, I'm dead anyway. Doesn't actually matter. But Trusty Shovel coming out for the Adroit side. Being able to dig up some bounty runes will help them out a lot. And solo EXP coming out for the Bane. Once he gets the Fiend's Grip, that's when you can hope that he can fight.
The only thing, he still needs something like an Aether or so, just to be in a safer position, because they do have means to cancel it. Oh, it's a pause coming out from their end.
Yeah, it's a good time to take some stock of what's going on in the game, you know. Army Geniuses 9-4, looking really good right now. The Sven is really high. I mean, yeah, he's a little bit behind the PL. PL will he farms really fast. What are you gonna do about it? Sven also has the cleave, but sometimes not quite the same thing. And he has all these kills coming out for him. Mamang Daya going for the early Atos. It's beautiful. I love this item. This game is gonna be a tiny bit harder, maybe, to catch people thanks to the Bane being around, disrupting all these combos. But so far, it's looking like Army Geniuses who's just on top of everything. Same item build coming out for Sven. Armlet into BKB. He'll probably try and fight then, see how he feels. If his fights don't go well, if he gets Fiend's Grip. But then again, Fiend's Grip this time goes through BKB, so no matter what you get, there will be like Magnums won't help you that much unless you actually hit the Bane himself.
So they gotta find that gap closer towards the Bane before they can take any sort of engagement. So I think maybe he goes for the Yags again just to surprise at the backline, but look at the stacks. Man, Natsumi, that one. Takes his teammate comes in just to clear it all off for him. Kind of a shared XP, shared gold in that sense. But he'll take it. He'll take whatever lead he can get. Already 6.7k up in the net worth, overshadowing this Sven.
Bach being caught somewhere.
Nobody wins.
Oh, looks like he was trying to kill. Looks like he may have tried to kill Stargazer.
Oh, Boomy gets tossed back into the pit of malice as per usual with the Road of Atos. They don't even need to commit as much. Got the magical damage to go through the untouchable. We'll take him down.
Under attack.
It's really strange how
Dire's
Adroit
top tower
seems
is
to be
under
really
attack.
disjointed on these games, you know? It's like they're never together as 5. Whereas you look at Army Geniuses, they're ganking with like 3-4 people. When they go for objective, all 5 show up, no problem. Like, yeah, here you got Sven, you got Underlords. You know, they're all here. Bane.
Want to commit. Something's going on. Pops Dark Rift tries to get out of there. The Uber service is in the area. You might want to run towards your Underlord, my friend. He just gets left behind. And no, they just want to commit to it. They know that he's alone. Stargaze
Invoker's here.
going through the tree lines, gets the stun off, but the rotation's coming in with a bit of malice. It's there. Now the Fiend's Grip, the one thing he cannot play against, holds him down in place. They're doing the damage. They do take down the... Oh, actually gets out just in time. Mac now being the center of attention. They want to take him down. They see him. Here's the mid laner. He's valued way more than whoever's up in the top lane. They do actually get the Bane already. So Mac is next on the menu. What an outplay coming out from Army Geniuses.
Trying so desperate for that kill. And they had I think a vessel on him or an urn, something on him, and they threw everything, a Fiend's Grip. They threw all the Invoker spells. They're trying way too hard. The one saving grace you can say is Natsumi has impeccable farm. You know, ahead of these people are getting killed. Natsumi has 1 assist to his name, and he's still more farm than everyone else. But when you look at the way the game is going, it's a hard game.
That's it. Boomy goes down once again. And you said Natsumi has impeccable farm. Sure, but doesn't Sven count as PL?
Yeah, but I mean, the one thing you can say is that at least your Sven is the head of the enemy Sven is the head of your PL.
Yeah.
You know, you have more farm than him. That's the small benefit.
Theoretically, they should have won that fight, especially with the Fiend's Grip. Look at that bouncing back and forth, the pinball machine, man.
A good kill coming out from them. Clumsy net. This is actually a really good item for the Radiant.
top tower
I think
is under attack.
both teams have a clumsy net. And is he out? Oh, Natsumi joining the fight.
More here. Gets the EMP. Goes off. Nobody has mana right now, but the Bane. Bane has the God Strength up, but he will be Tornado up on the high ground. They lost already too, but they seem to still want to fight this. Pit of Malice dropped down. Will hold him in place. Stargazer falling pretty low. They want to commit to him. Throws the Spirit Lance. Going straight for it, but Stargazer turning this one around. He's got the strength of God and Anime on his side. Takes that one down. Tosses away Bach. From the thing, Dark Rift is about to just take off and take his friend back into base. Not the worst that could happen, but not the best either. They lost 2 or 3, but they did get the PL, who is the most farm here.
True. I mean, you killed the CM way earlier in the fight, so I'm not sure it's like she's part of it.
Well, they might get more, but Mac is in the air to stop it. Pit of Malice is there to reproc. She is under the cover of Firestorm. Will that be enough? The blink in with the Firefly is enough. They have the lasso. They will. Connects onto Mac, drags him back to hell. Gets me, beats him down. Oh, the long range toss coming up from the side. He is playing Kobe right here. RIP to the god. And now being held back with the Pit of Malice in place. Bach will go down.
Look at that.
Wow, what a way things turned out. Like, it's not like Justin Chance was gonna die, but then Broker's there to help, and he's like, oh, I'm dead too. And then Bach comes in, he's like, he's dead as well. This is like chain feed that's happening.
Is under attack.
I know. Adroit, they have to find some way to crawl back into this. A smoke gank might save them. Give time to Natsumi to farm. Fiend's Grip, we've seen one Fiend's Grip this game. Was a little underwhelming. Nether Shawl is now out. Probably want to give it to the Tiny or maybe the CM. It's just so much damage. And Vambrace, what an item for Sven to have. 10 extra strength, 8, I believe 8% magic resistance. Like, it's so good for him to have.
He's only gonna get way fatter from now on. As you can see, he's slowly getting there, still below the PL in terms of the net worth, but you know, he's not worried about a PL. They just got to take out the Bane and he can just wreak havoc across the entire map as he so wishes to in this 5-on-5 engagement. Mac though, he's not having that flawless 909 game he had in the first game. This is rough. Coming out from the side of Team Adroit. I expect they would be the one getting clobbered down like this with the Avatar's combo.
Why is he there? Like, I don't get it. There's no vision there. There's no allies there. They're not gonna fight there. They're not smoked there. There's no bounty ruin. There's no outpost he wants to take.
Why is he there?
Is under attack.
Something you think about is like, really, why is he there? The outpost was on their side. But I guess probably wanted to find a really deep ward.
And now it's time to question Natsumi as he tries to get out of there. Will do so successfully though. They will clean up. Goes to the weight of Sven. He's just gonna cleave in all the illusion.
They reduced the mana burn, the diffuser's mana burn from 50 to 40, I believe. A lot of people will say, yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference, but you can see it. Like, they're actually hitting Sven, and he still has mana, you know. If he had those few hits, could have made him go 0 in the previous match.
Oh, they're all smoked up. Might have to get some sort of engagement here. They seize Mac on the top lane. He blinks backwards with the lasso. Will hold him in place, but the sleep is there. That's all don't matter. Just they got the control. Bane to fall down with next. They want more. They drop the wards onto the high ground. They still see Natsumi still roaming in the area. Do they have the means to gap close this? No, they will not. Goes for the outpost instead. A better play as they conquer 2
outposts. All probably. Oh, well, actually no. Bomi's gonna get some of the bounty runes. As so is Bob. So okay, at least you get some of the bounty runes. But again, just it is looking really, really ugly right now. Still only 1k ahead for. Actually, 1k ahead for Adroit. I was thinking 1k ahead for Army Geniuses. What item can they look for? Some Heaven's Halberds would be nice. Pango's going for the Blink Dagger. You can roll into someone, blink back, roll into them again.
Oh, down in the mid lane as you're talking about Pango. He will sign off his Death Wish as he falls down to the standard Pit of Malice Firestorm into all the controls in the world.
Rod of Atos and Clumsy Net combined.
Wow.
That's with his Pit of Malice. Yeah, it's so much.
Oh, wow. The toss forward immediately with the stun. I don't even think they need an axe at this point. Just claw this Boomy as he tries to get away with the cover of Untouchable, but unfortunately he only needs to touch you 1, 2 little times to take you down.
Dire's top
That was
tower
beautiful.
is under
I
attack.
mean, that really was. That was so nice. Well, so Invoker's the one with the vessel. I was like thinking, who has the vessel? It's not Pango. Well, he is a classic item to build on the Invoker. Hasn't really generated much in terms of kills for them. Only 7 kills in total for them. And you have to think if you're Adroit, are we going to split push, try to force them to move around the map? Because it's looking like a 5-on-5 is just, you're going to lose it.
Dire's
Talking
top
about
tower is
tempo
under
being
attack.
the absolute kryptonite for Team Adroit, and it's showing right now. They're playing the pace real fast despite being a farmed PL. Natsumi is falling low. Can they look to defend this as Bach soon to fall down with, gets the lasso on, holds him in place. Just at the edge of the pit of malice for it to proc once again, but now the buybacks has been committed. Natsumi is here. He's into play. He's doing a lot to that CM. She's going to go down, I think. At least she's juking it through the tree lines. No, she will live. They committed the Rolling Thunder, but here comes the, well, Uber Express. Toss him into range. Gets away before the Sunstrike actually connects.
If they win, Lost Shy is MVP. Like he just is. He dominated during the laning stage, and that toss just now. CM was kind of like a little bit away, but if you turn, there's people behind you. He's just like, no, I'll toss you in, don't worry. And that was just, oh god, Lost Shy playing out of his mind. And Pango, he wanted to go for the Blink Dagger, but he bought back, and now he doesn't. He's like really far away from it. I don't know. Adroit playing strange in game 2 and 3, especially this game. This game is a lot weirder.
It's 25-7 on a kill score.
No,
will it mean something, or will it just be numbers as Stargazer immediately comes in? Lawlessly is the one who came in with the initiation, pops the BKB. This Fiend script, he's waiting for it. He's trying to claw down this Bach. Bach will go down before any Fiend script has been committed. They can't, because they see it's a whole crew up on the high ground.
Bach, that's a dieback without really. Where is he? Look at his net worth. He's behind the Bad Rider. Got like the first 10 minutes. Bad Rider had nothing. He had nothing in this game, and Bach's now behind them. It's like I'm still looking at Natsu and I'm like, dude. I mean, I know you're when you were 1K ahead, and it's like Sven was 5K, you were 6K. That's something. But you're 12K and he's 1100. It's not really much of a big deal anymore. And Sven, he utilized the gold so much more.
It's all about being efficient, right? That's what they said. What the carry role is all about. But for some weird reason, RTZ gets a lot of heat. He is a he farms efficiently, but yeah, that's besides the point. We're talking about Southeast Asia Dota right now. This is game 3 of Army Geniuses versus Team Adroit in the best of 3, and it seems like Army Geniuses, despite having the actually hold that thought, because they're going in for the initiation. The sleep is there. Fiend script to follow with, toss him backwards so they cannot follow up the damage. It's just gonna be there for the sake of being there, and a wasted ultimate from this Bane. Lawlessly, this guy is flawless.
Yeah, that's basically how he's playing. Like, look at that. That in another play, in another situation, that would have been a kill. But no, your Fiend script wasted. Pango is he's rolling.
Oh, he missed it just by that much. He's going straight into the Radiant jungle though. Sees it, tries to go for the capture. But why?
It's like not really the time. It's fine. I guess might as well go for it, get it. Even if it's not the time for it, you still have it. Oh, let's see. Invoker, he's not really on pace with Mamang Dayo on his Underlord, which means that what's he gonna go for? He's gonna go for the Lotus Orb. I guess if you want to go for items, you get the double Sunstrike, which is nice, but it's like a long way off. I don't know if going for the Lotus Orb is the right choice though, because at least with the Fiend's Grip, you have damage. It's like a secure kill.
Dire's top tower is
I don't know.
under
Cataclysm and Fiend's Grip might have been the play, but we'll see.
Top tower has fallen.
This Invo hasn't gotten the chance to actually show off his impact in this game alone. He's trying though. Boomy again gets caught out. They do see him there. Baits him in with the tornado. EMP just to zone him out, but no objectives will be claimed that day. They're just going to go for the tier 2 down at bottom. Blade save, trying to get more farm on this PL as he grows bigger and bigger. But it doesn't seem like it's going to do them any good. With the great cleave coming up from this van.
This might be some Raxas actually falling.
The rotation has been made all down to the mid lane. They might look to defend this one, or rather they have no choice, but they should.
The wards coming out from Dire's side are also like kind of deep into the enemy territory, which makes you wonder, like, I don't know if you guys are going there anytime soon, But Tiny. He's gonna go for that force staff. I like how he got all these movement items. Wind Blaze and the Tranquil Boots. Just wants to be as fast as possible to catch people in. Rat Rider, something similar to that.
Oh, hold that thought. It looks like they went for the swashbuckle commit. No, well not. It's just some scare tactic. Just, you know, sending a message.
Get off my lawn, you know?
Yeah, get off my lawn. That's a classic. I haven't heard that since I was a kid, man. Monster House.
Well, they have 3 minutes and a half to the next outpost. Tier 3 items are the Titan Sliver. Pretty good item to have.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's like almost 500 gold. It's 400 something. And Titan Sliver is really good on Sven because he builds so much strength and gives you based on your base attribute.
Talking about Sven though, he just overtook the EL and gets overtook back and back and forth again in terms of the net worth. It's just a head-on with these guys, but at the most farmed, when all else is even, it's always this Sven who's gonna appear on top. You gotta find a way to address that. Stargazer just confidently walk into the jungle, trying to pressure the bottom lane tower. They see it open, but they do not have any high ground vision, so might have to be care about that.
The wave there is really good. You know,
Dire's
just go
bottom
in,
tower is under
clear the
attack.
wave, go take a tower, and that's all Army Genius wants to do. Pango.
Oh, he's gotta be careful though. That toss back he's ready. He could just blink in forward and just get the toss back.
Dire's
To be fair, he
bottom
died to it
tower
3
has fallen.
times, so it's like he's learned by
Radiant's
now. He's like,
middle
this
tower
is
is under
something that
attack.
kills me.
Learning by experience. Unfortunately, a bit too late. 27 minutes in.
Well, and this is one of the problems with Enchantress as well. The hero really doesn't scale that much. And you look at the farm, by the way. Look at
Radiant
all
are
the farm. Yes, we're looking at the
Radiant's top tower
number 1
is
space.
under attack.
But look at after that. Yes, you got Mom Dire up there, but after that, it's all Dire heroes. You know, even Enchantress is doing pretty well for herself. It's just that Pango and Invoker need to, especially the Invoker needs to step it up just a little bit.
They're all smoked up though, looking for some big engagement down in the mid lane. Mama Daya is showing himself. Trying to trick them into thinking that he is on his own, and he might want to go for the blink initiate lasso. Oh, spots one out. They pinged it near the outpost. They see him.
It's fine, completely fine.
Yeah, Boomy is just gonna get out
Oh,
just in time. Oh, but the lasso has been committed down in the mid lane. They actually do catch him. Bach once again. The guy who was supposed to create the tempo for his team goes down. Evermore.
He is 2-10-4.
Yeah. This is not the Adroit we used to remember. And now CML trying to go for the TP will get out just in time.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, a month of
Radiant
not
structures
competing
are
can
fortified.
do that to you. Army Genius is coming in looking hot, but Adroit just fumbling here and there, you know, like they knew that they were smoked because Enchantress broke the smoke, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they're smoked around this area, but well, I guess they assumed that they all chase after the Enchantress. Heart is available on the PL.
Some sort of glimmer of hope, I guess, thinking that maybe they could just survive through the initial burst coming out from the side of Army Geniuses, but will it be enough?
There's a DD Rune as well if they want to go for it. Max decides not to go for the Lotus Orb, going for the BKB instead. Is there anything sadder than a Spirit Vessel with no charges? It's like, how much gold did you spend to get this item? Like, oh, damn, we haven't killed anyone. Oh.
Well, they might get some charges right now. His Rolling Thunder already been connected. Bouncing towards the wall. It's going to be a Irma stun in the position. All the damage in the world from this PL and the impetus. But he pops the BKB and turns this one around. He's got the lifesteal to hold him for a bit. He has the armlet too to just hold it up there. But unfortunately, he will go down eventually. But there was a lot committed. Peter Malice down, holding this PL in place. He got out. Oh, really? The doppelganger just to dodge it. But now they have on their line, Bob and CML. Now comes in Mag, and they turn in this fight once again, but the Uber just takes them out of there. It was a great attempt though coming out from Team Adroit. They lost no one.
Yeah, 2-for-0 trade. Finally a fight that goes in their favor. I like how Bane was trying to chase this Sven to use a Fiend Zip. And he's like, you know what, I'll just read the CM. It was literally right in front of me. BKB on CM. I believe she has a Philosopher's Stone on her. Oh no, she's got the Nether Shot. That's a lot of damage. Level 2 Freezing Field with Philosopher's Stone, with the Nether Shot, a lot of damage.
Now Natsume seems to be coming online. We saw how hard he actually hit onto this event. This could be the turnaround play. It's 27-9 on the kill score, but that means nothing if you cannot close the game.
They have 10 seconds to get this because when Sven comes back, they have actually have a little bit more by the time the TP's in, but oh, leaving it like that. There's a courier, by the way, in the Roche pit, so they know exactly how much
Radiant's
HP it
middle
has.
tower is under attack.
That's a really good position, by the way, with the courier.
They probably want to go for the contest now. It's a bit too low to just leave it hanging right
They
there.
see Sven bottom. They see Sven's bottom, so will they still go for it?
I think they're trying to force a rotation up top. Do they want to go for it? They see him. Actually, both teams gonna play it safe. Oh. They haven't made a rotation up in the outpost area, no. The line has been drawn. They might go for the sneak around play. Might want to smoke for it.
No Bane, Fiend's Grip yet, though. That's something you always want to fight with that. If you don't have it, Sven, he'll be able to go crazy.
What about the Rolling Thunder? Is it finally up?
Oh yeah, it is up.
So maybe they have some sort of glimmer of hope when it comes to contesting the Roche pit. The rotation has been made now. Trying to contest down into the Roche pit. They see it with the courier. They know. Stargazer just walks straight in, but unfortunately, everyone's safe. The tornado connects and flips only onto one. His cleave is just gonna take down this PL's illusion. It's gonna be a stalemate at this point, but this next Roche is gonna be crucial.
Yeah. For Adroit, I mean,
Dire
you
are
just want to get them away from the Roche so you can take it. Now that the smoke is going on the other side,
Invisibility!
you can't find them. And sometimes you see they forget and they attack. And you're like, oh, wait, I forgot. Smoke doesn't activate unless it's a real hero.
Oh, talking about smoke, it was popped. Stargaze actually showed himself in the mid lane.
Really
It
nice.
was popped as well. He thought if she was around, but no.
Really nice by Boomy, by the way. Just breaking the smoke, then running out there in this ruin, and he didn't stay too long, so that was really good. Jules coming out from the tank, so just get as much control as you can. Try to control this man. He's like the raid boss, Lich King. Everyone's trying to get to control him.
Worth pointing out though, this is probably first time in a long time since Adroit gets the gold lead.
Yeah.
2k ahead now. It's small, but with
Nothing,
27
really.
to 9, that is impressive. They are clawing their way back.
Yeah, if you have to remove the kills as a factor in this game. It's like, well, who has the gold? Because when Army Genius was ahead in kills, they're still very ahead in kills. They were barely ahead in gold. Same thing right now. They're ahead in gold, but it's such a small thing that doesn't really make a difference. It's basically even. You know, the gold and the kills don't matter. The gold's saying we're even, and that's what we are. Crystal Maiden has a BKB. Oh,
It's gotta be careful. They are all in the area. The CM UK. They know he's in a Roche pit. They're sending the illusions down over to check the HP. You see it, Rolling Thunder immediately in between the two. It's your two big cores. This is bad. The EMP is there. He tries to get out, but unfortunately to no avail. They are stuck. He gets the lasso into the backlines, catches on the back. That's everything they needed. Now they have the control. Forces a buyback and pin the Malice, catches two, takes down the Bane. And now they're just going for more. He's clobbering them down. He already has the axe. That Thor hammer is there. They're turning this one around. PL just runs straight in against Lawless, the guy who's been playing flawlessly so far. Swashbuckles up onto the high ground. Lawless falling pretty low. He is their control. If they need him, they're going to get him down. They see two. Mac is low. He bought back for this. He's got to be careful. That's 90 seconds without Mac. And now the Bane again to follow with. But Bach tries to go for it. Natsumi steals against the Aegis. So not all is lost. Has to back out. Dark Rift. He sees his friends dying. Will get out just in time.
it's a dieback on two people, I believe. Yeah, but you get the Aegis on Natsumi. It's like, I mean, I think both teams walked away with that thinking, oh, we got something. You know, you forced the buyback on two people from Army Geniuses. They're happy with that, but they didn't get the Aegis. That's on Natsumi. It's really scary in these fights. He's going for the Basher into Abyssal. I love this option. It's what we talked about last game that should happen. So I'm glad he's going to go for it this time. But that fight, when Bach started the fight, he was rolling in. He was really controlling them. But you look at that and you think, well, where's the damage? Like, he's not really hurting them in any way. So they have to figure out how they're going to be able to engage with Bach.
Yeah, Bach was just there. He got like the perfect Rolling Thunder, right?
Best.
That was the best
That was the best
scenario
thing
ever. You get both of the big, hard-hitting cores just inside. And now Boomy might just overstep and make that mistake once again. He has to force that finally, but here it is. Lawless comes in, tossed backwards with the Yava, but he is walking out of there.
Boomy's starting to become a bit of a threat. He almost has a Hex, actually, and he's ahead of the Invoker net worth. Something to, like, in the future, you might see him start really doing the damage in these fights.
Nobody wins.
Especially once the Sven BKB wears off. Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming out from him. But PL has the Basher, has the Aegis, which means that Army Genius, they're like, well, do we jump on PL, try and kill him twice? That's really difficult unless he's alone for a long time. We go on the back line, he'll play as recklessly as he wants, he won't care. Assault Kiras. United, I thought, was also pretty good last game. Lotus Orb on the Underlord, able to cancel all these spells. I believe you can even cancel Fiend's Grip with it.
3k net worth swinging the side of Adroit. Man, they have made their way back into the game at this point. The chat is just spamming choker geniuses. That's what they're calling Army. Come on. They played their hearts out.
They won game 2.
Yeah, Lawless played flawlessly, but it's not over just yet. Anything can still happen in these here stalemate. It wasn't over in that Roach pit. We saw both teams got some sort of objectives out of it. Forced the buyback, got the Aegis. It's a win-win, but now Bog actually coming in for the revenge. You have been messing me up all game, and now he just messed your TP. They know the rotation isn't there.
Interesting. He didn't go for it afterwards. He just used him, and I guess he was a little worried that he's got people behind him coming to make trouble. And
ooh, that was a close one.
Check out the net worth. It's such a weird top-heavy net worth on both teams. Like, you got the Underlord and the Sven got all the farm. Natsumi's got even more farm than both of them, but the rest of this team's got nothing. But they've got more than RPGs. Like,
it's a kind of a stalemate at this point. Someone's got something. That's all we can say. Stargazer coming in, just takes off the outpost, which is crucial when it comes to these team fights by the Roach pit. That means that they can't buy back and TP straight in.
-10 for Tornado, that -10. But look at this, all of these are cooldown talents. You just want to be able to throw as much spells as possible for Invoker. Well, there is a smoke. Do they want to smoke for someone? The good thing is when you have PL, you can just do this. Send all these illusions, push out lanes, drain the mana from the enemy team, make them not want to fight. But at the same time, RGs, they don't want to fight. They just want to wait for the Aegis to expire. Which is alright with Adroit because they have buybacks that they want to, they were waiting for. And Basher on the Pango as well. But he wants to go for Abyssal. I love this. They really recognize it. Last game, Sven's BKB with the hammer made it just uncontrollable. So now they're like, alright, let's get a bunch of Abyssals. It goes to
hold him in place.
Yeah, it goes to waste his BKB timing. Then you can, doesn't matter, you can sleep him, tornado him, you don't really care. You just roll around him.
I think we're going to see some sort of engagement right now as they all huddle up into the top side jungle. Stargazer, that's exactly who they want. Unfortunately, they can't close the gap just in time. They do have the Abyssal all up, as you mentioned. It's not going to be it. This is not the fight they want to take just yet.
And it looks like it's going to be a Bloodthorn on this event. So it's like one of the most expensive items though, so it's going to take a while until it comes out. And he only has 1,000 gold towards it.
Radiant
so it's going to take a while. And I expect Aegis will be timing out pretty damn soon. Not quite sure. Yeah, it should be timing out pretty damn soon, which means that taking a fight
might be the best idea right now. He wants to use that Aegis. They are smoked up in the area.
Might time out just when you're about to engage though. That's one of the things, that's like one of the worst things that could happen. Because then your slot is also empty, you could put something else in there.
But doesn't that just effectively means Adroit lost that team fight at Roche?
It's gone.
Because they got nothing out of that Aegis.
No, not really, because you still are able to farm, get your buybacks ready. It's and the enemy team wasn't able to get anything out of it. So now
the capture 2, what a bit of malice is dead. He tries to go for the outpost, but the control is in the area. The storm ball will splashes on two of them. Boomy falling pretty low with the Firefly. Burn on the ground will take him down as well. Killing spree under Wow Me.
Damn. Yeah, that was it. They got it. You know, they got the outpost. They got everyone similarly EXP, but it cost them their life.
No, actually they did not. He was still on the side of Army Geniuses. They cancelled it just before they could actually get it.
I believe it said the Dire like outpost by Radiant 750, outpost by Dire 750. I believe. We could all be wrong, right?
Yeah.
But Invoker has his BKB. I think he just got pretty recently because he has no gold on him. So will it help? I mean, if Sven's like charging towards you, that's great. But you still have the Bat Rider. We talk about Fiend's Grip, but Bat Rider's lasso pierces BKB just fine as well.
Nobody has buyback but this event and his Underlord, which is big time. Which means that if Adroit loses this team fight, it could be a Lena Rax straight up. Oh, now Underlord doesn't have it as well.
Tier 4 items are up as well. And that talent, that's a really lovely talent to have if the 40 strength on not strength. I mean, it gives you 30 at level 3, but this is a talent gives you +4. That it's better than the skill itself, basically. All right, Illusion Escape. Eh, not really who you want on. There you go, Illusion Escape on the PL. That's the item you want. Ninja Gear, probably want to give it maybe to the Bane, unless he's got something that gives him cast range, because he's being caught every single fight. You want him just to keep smoked out, never found. And yeah, Illusion Escape going to go on our friend here. I'm actually swapping the Paladin, but I imagine he's going to go put in the Illusion Escape. It would be weird if he uses the Paladin. So Havoc Hammer coming out for Unload. And Timeless Rug, what an item for the Invoker. 25 extra debuff duration, so everything lasts 25% longer. 15% spell damage. 15!
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a ton. You might consider giving it to the Bane so he nightmares a ton, like a lot longer. I don't believe Fiend's Grip lasts longer, but
You have to believe, Invo is the spellcaster here, and let's say that he got slapped so hard, but Boomy is there.
Nice Hex.
The Hex actually saves him life. This Sven cannot dish out the damage, and Natsuki just coming for the cleanup. The Fiend's Grip, finally the fight Adroit wanted to take. They will take him down. The mana is gone, so Stargazer just has to turn and fight. Nevertheless, they took down one. They actually canceled the Uber. They did. They think they can fight this fight. They're going for it, but now the control is there. He goes down. That's 100 seconds of the span. He doesn't have a buyback. Natsumi to fall with. They will get him. That's a 2 for 2. 3 for 2.
How often do you see Crystal Maze ulti?
Oh, they're gonna get more as he's stuck up on the high ground. He's just tossing the trees. Lawless Shy. Blinks forward. Man, that fight looked like it was going Adroit.
Can we see the fight recap? Can we see the fight recap? Look at the damage from CM. Look at that. Almost 8,000 damage from her ultimate. I think she must have taken the freezing field talent. She didn't take the attack speed because she's got the BKB. This is the oldest like playstyle of CM I've ever seen in my life. It works, but where you just blink in, you BKB and you ulti, and it's working. I mean, this is the second time he did a really good ultimate in this game, and that one on the fight, by the way, because before that it was going really bad.
Tower is under attack.
Well, that hope Adroit nearly had just disappeared as the tornado comes up with the EMP. Now buybacks have been committed. Cold Snap is in the area to hold him in place at least for the slowest time actually. Force that forward away from the meatball, but the chain is there. Cold Snap reapplied once again. The toss backwards will save his life. And now the ones up in the front line, it's Crystal Maiden, who doesn't even have an ulti in about 7 seconds, so she will gladly take that fall.
Yeah, it's if you had to be used with, I mean, you forced out the Pango buyback. CM still has the buyback. Underlord didn't die. You're happy with this if you're Army Geniuses. Adroit, they want more from this. That's not really what you want. And Pango is really far from the Bissell now, so it's gonna take a while. And there you go, Phantomas. He's actually got the flicker on him, or he's not using the illusion. He's got like 3 neutral items. I know he read the patch notes and knows you can only equip 1. But I think he wants to use the flicker to dispel, maybe switch around, use the illusion escape just when he manifests out. It's really
will it matter though, because the team fight is happening right now. Holds him in the backline. Bach will be controlled up, so maybe they take this down. No more Rolling Thunder, but the grip is there, holding him in place. Someone went straight towards him, uses the stun, holds him, and now Natsumi's the one being lassoed up, but his illusions is doing enough damage. The Stormball is there, cleaves down his Bane, and now Natsumi's next on the list. He does doppelganger his way out of there. Boomy trying his best with the impetus from the far end. My God, Bach with his Rolling Thunder controls everyone. 2 buybacks already committed. Sunstrike will not come in. Sven will go down another 100 seconds on this end, but Mamadaya, he is fighting inside his own pit. This is what he wants to. He gets all these atrophy aura. His damage is just raking up, and he is going head on. Right clicks one by one. Oh, the tornado connects onto 2. Will hold them on top while the EMP goes down. Lawless is the one next on the list. He sees his teammate running away. They will go for the easier kill. Now they have to back out. They're turning this one around. Another buyback committed. They're going straight down to see Mamadaya. He's out of mana. The Yules will hold him in place. Has the sticky napalm. Just trying to hold him in place. But yeah, he will get controlled. He will get netted up. He will go down eventually. There you go.
Sven has no buyback, but I don't know if they'll push the issue. Roshan is available, and there was a couple of buybacks used in that fight as well. I think the CM bought back the CM bought back the Bat Rider as well as the Tiny bought back, didn't really do anything though. And that was CM did buy back, sorry, it was on time. If you are Adroit, that was like, I don't know who to give props to though. Bach with his spinning Pango, or how about some really good hexes coming out from Boomy being able to control the fight. It was very impressive. CML, but there was a bit of miscommunication with CML's speed script and the tornado coming out at the same time. So they, that's something you can be like, oh, maybe we're trying to work on that. But very impressive performance in that fight.
You're gonna be happy if your team Adroit right now. You just won the biggest team fight and lost almost nobody, did you?
I think they had to use a buyback on the main.
Oh yeah, they did.
Radiant's top tower.
And they have the
they get another capture here. Immediately zones him out, but the Fiend script is there. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, but Yule's buying more time. He may have to swashbuckle to go towards the sides, but they did not commit onto UK despite using the Fiend script. So this could be another window in for Army Geniuses. The grip is down. 100 seconds for the Pango before it comes back up. Do they look to make a play?
Yeah, you might be able to delay with the Adroit. You still have Aegis, Cheese, Phantom Lancer, and Bomb is hitting hard. Bomb is he's bringing the damage now.
Radiant's
so
middle
they should be able to delay it, and they have buyback on 3 of their heroes. I count Bomb as a core now. It's like 4 cores and CML. Which is not to say CML is not important, but he's not a core. He's not a core.
It's I got you, but I got you.
By the way, the thing about Tiny is that even though he's level 24, and he's only got Blink, 4 staff, and literally that's it. Like he's got 4 Tranquil Boots. That's kind of sad. If you compare it to Bomi, who's chucking out massive amounts of damage, that's that problem with Tiny. Just doesn't really scale as well.
Rolling Thunder isn't up though because he's dead for the next 70 seconds. They might look to abuse this, knowing that the AoE control isn't there. Want someone to overcommit. They're trying to figure out who the real PL is. Splitting them up, just taking a wave. Oh, they pinged it out. I think they know.
Even if they know, it doesn't matter. He's got Aegis Cheese. Like they're not gonna be able to jump and go. They have to aim at CML and take him out. He has no buyback. His Fiend's grip is vital to the fight. And by the way, do they see this? They have a gem on the bait. Yeah, they know it's there. They know it's there, but they can't get close enough to remove it. So it's like, oh, there you go. Get close. He actually has to glimmer himself up just so they can get that orb.
You finally take the wards down. They cannot commit into this, and it's bought enough time as this Pangolier comes back.
I mean, it's really it's disciplined gameplay from Army Geniuses. We say they can't take it, but the truth is they won't take a risk. Like they're not rushing it. Yes, they know that guy has no buyback and he's dead, but they're like, yeah, we have to be careful. We might just go in and get everyone murdered. So I respect that way Army Genius is playing. They're not pushing their luck. They're behind, but they're very disciplined.
Oh, but now the tide has turned around as this Pango is now respawned, going for the smoke gank engagement. They are on the top lane. I don't know if they know about this. They are going to check. Checks out the... they pinged it out. They saw the Ancients were missing. Does get away just in time. Boomy down in the area. Will they get the slow? Will not.
Alright.
Nobody wins, they said.
No one got anything, but if they get the tower, that's still a bit of a win for Adroit.
Radiant structure.
This is by far the longest game we have been casting in for the day itself.
So yeah, buyback size is the only thing that matters, and you don't have buyback on most of Armagina's hero. Only Mamangdaya can buy back if he needs to. What does he actually have, Mamangdaya? Oh,
they actually capture the outpost, knowing that the one people is out of the line. It's the Bane. It's a big layer. The control isn't there, so Stargaze can just go crazy. But look at the damage coming out from Bomb. Coming out from Boomy, actually just takes one down with the impetus spam, and that attack speed. It's too much to handle. Has to pop the Uber. Get out of there.
And this is what happens. You cannot compare Tiny to Boomy. Tiny did a fantastic job, but the hero has 0 scaling. And now look at she was chunking him. She was like, oh, that. Oh, and Mech is coming out on the Mech. I'm guessing it has to be going for the Greaves just for the dispel, but it's like Mech. I mean, you're not getting it for the heal. You're getting it to make the Greaves, and hopefully that'll work for him.
This is intense. Right now, pushing up to the tier 3s. Mid lane, the game has changed from what it was before. The dynamics is different. Natsumi is the one frontlining it all, clobbing down your towers. The Roto Pathos is there. They do see him. The stuns connect, but only to hold him in half place. What? The field script is down with the Mules as well. There was a bit of misplay, but I think that's all the control they needed. They're going ham. They're racking in damage. Boomy comes in with the impetus shotgun. I mean, the impetus machine gun at that rate. The DPS, they have it. Pops the vessel onto Sven. Sven has to go back and waste time because he can't commit without the heals. They will just commit onto the barracks, play it objectively. They see one way to victory, and that is through the mid lane. Taking one down. Natsumi still healthy. Everyone, Aegis has been claimed, so maybe a slight glimmer of hope, but that's 100 seconds without your CM. The control isn't there, especially with your Tiny gone. They're gonna have to go with the Stargaze and the Stormhammer, but they won't. In fact, Mamadaya is on his own, frontlining it all. Will they actually do anything to react? Pit of Malice connects there, but not the target you want to go after, especially with the Untouchable. Not the ideal. It's 10 seconds before Tiny comes back in. Maybe they can look to burst something, but I don't think anyone is going down with the Avatar's combo at this point. Comes down to Meatball, deafening blast, including this swashbuckle. Will hold him in place, but the damage not enough. They do get some decent damage though in the backline. Toss it there, lasso control onto, oh, it's not enough. They actually just take him down. Now Rolling Thunder in the worst possible situation. They're controlling everyone. Going down to fall again with is this Tiny. He just came back, and there's nothing he could do with the next 90 seconds at the very least. Can they hold that long? It seems almost impossible. Look at his Underlord. He's as good as given up. He's sleeping on the job, and now the VN script will hold him in place with the impetus machine gun. Will take him down. That's another 120 seconds without his presence. It's the span against the world. Even gods have limit, and that god strength does not help him through it all. Look at this Bad Rider, seeing from the distance. They've disconnected. It's over. They're calling it. They're waving the white flag, and congratulations to Team Adroit with a clutch play, crawling their way back into game number 3 and taking that 2-1 victory.
That was, I mean, Adroit, they really clawed back in that game. You can see the whole time that Team Army Genius was like, they were ahead in kills, 20 kills ahead. You know,
it was 27-9 at one point.
So it's like they are so far ahead in kills, but at all this time, Natsumi, he's farming. And one thing I really want to emphasize on this is they had so much more control than last game, and Bane takes huge credit for not just the Fiend's Grip, but his passive that increases the debuff duration by like 20%. Because you see the tornadoes come out and they last like 6-7 seconds with the timeless relic. So Sven's in the air, he can't do anything. So it was really impressive to see the Bane being able to like all that control. This is why the hero has the highest win rate as a support, by the way. It's like 56%.
Dang, that's like, yeah, okay. That's
because you just throw your spells and the enemy's curse for 8 seconds to take, you know, 40% extra magic damage, 20% extra debuff duration, and that was pivotal in this game.
Yeah, especially, great point mentioning out that the Enfeeble actually is very, very crucial, especially when you have an Invoker in the game. I was wondering how they couldn't do anything in those team fights, and they just couldn't. They were up there for an extra amount of time. They wasted a god strength, and they just couldn't get anything done, especially with Boomy, who literally, if there was a future player here, I would give it to Boomy because he had such the absolute worst of games, right?
Yeah.
Keeps getting avatars. It seemed like he's just done for, and somehow he came in with like the impetus machine gun and just taken over the entire game.
It comes down also to the way the draft works, because okay, if you're looking at Army Genius' draft, Tiny is pretty good for the first 20 minutes when you can, like you said, you just Avatos. But after that, like late game, he had no items. We point out he has got, Blink Dagger, Force Staff, and he's got boots. That's it. That's all he's got. So
talking about items, let us see what does Boomy have in his backpack that's packing so much heat right now. Well, it's just Dragonlance.
It's just a Dragonlance with a Hex. It's just a Dragonlance with a Hex along with the Solar Crest. And he died 9 times, so you do feel like, 9 times, that's a lot. But fantastic performance by him. CML died 9 times as well, but he was able to exert a lot of control. Pango, you can see that Pango and Natsumi both went for the Abyssal Blade. Again, just any spell that hits the this event from Bane, that's it. That's all you need to do. The Abyssal goes to like more than 2 seconds. Yeah. It's fantastic to have. You can stay, that's 4 seconds off your BKB time. It's amazing. On Army Genius, as you can see, like Lawless Shy, you can't do anything after a while. UK, I like the blink dagger BKB. I think is a great idea. I imagine he was actually going for the Aghanim's because again, if you can, you blink in, you get the Aghanim's for 3 seconds, have a free frostbite for everyone. It's lovely, but just couldn't able to do it. Wolmy had a great look at the Wolmy and Sonya. They had good games. Like
they did. It's 10-4, 12, 10-7, 16. Yo, this game was swinging Army geniuses, especially for the first 27 minutes to even arguably like 30 minutes ish. Right? It was theirs all the way, but they couldn't close the game. And Adroit, infamous for the late game Natsumi, who likes these real, farm heavy heroes. He took over with that one, created enough space for Boomy to actually stock up with whatever he needs to survive, and became, well, quite the threat.
That's the main problem I have with the Tiny pick, is that by late game, the Tiny gets you nothing, and Army they want to go late game. They got Sven, they want to go late game, And Batrider, again, if you compare Batrider to Pango, who's really bringing the control? Like, Pango was just crazy in this game as well. He died, what, seven times? All worth, not all worth, but a lot of it was worth it because he just so much control. Wolmy can't do the same thing. You hold one person with your lasso, and Fiend's Grip, Nightmare, Tornado, so many things to stop you.
Yeah, I have to point out as well that it's so hard to get like a feature player on the side of Adroit because a lot of things, right? The Fiend's Grip was kind of MVP because that's the one winning condition when you control this van, and with the status reduction debuff with the Enfeeble. But then there's also the Pango with his Rolling Thunder that he had absolutely great ones. In the Roche Pit, up on the dire jungle, where it was just controlling everyone in that small quarters, and then down in the fountain before the game actually ended, he held everyone in place. So it's really hard to point out who's who, and Natsumi just stayed. He just played a well carry, only died 2 times, so he did his job absolutely well as well. So I really don't know if you could actually give a feature player for the team of Adroit.
It's really hard. I mean, even Bomi with that late game there was one point when they were trying to jump on the Invoker, and Sven, he was like almost ready to stun, gets Hex, and the Invoker manages to make the lava. I'm like, that's
up in the
so
top
good.
lane. And he couldn't get the kill onto Mac. This is, Team Adroit just definitely stepped up on this game number 3. It looked grim, but they made it possible, and there's a reason why they are a major qualifying team, and we've seen it here in this first series of the day of the ESL Championship 2020.
One thing we want to say is, though, of course, Army Genius, they are going to have a chance to actually make it through the stage. They are going to go to the lower bracket, and from there, they have to wait for the opponents of the next game. But they have a chance. They're still alive.
Yes.
The dream stays alive.
Yeah, it's still lower bracket round, not over just yet, and I like that you point that one out, right? Like, there's a reason why they qualified. So, honestly, I want to see more of them. Like, we had no idea who Army Geniuses were. After that game 2 and nearly in game 3, we're like, we know them by name. They're the guy who did this. And Natsumi obviously takes the feature player just because he's got a clean KDA under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, he kept them alive. Like when they were losing the whole time, the first they missed, his net worth was never like. I mean, yes, they were second place for like a couple of seconds, but he was almost always the first place in net worth. And I can imagine that when you're the carry and you're telling your guys, yes, we're losing a lot, but guys, I'm getting really good farm. Just give me a little bit more. And with what they gave him, he was able to carry the game.
Yeah, Natsumi.
And I just love that Abyssal pick, the game 3 games, because game 1 Divine Rapier, that killed me. But game 2 it gets the Abyssal. It really did. It's like,
I could tell you were a bit like triggered, like why?
Yeah, it just, there's no point. But when he gets the Abyssal Blade, you could see the difference. You could see the control.
And it's more reliable.
Yeah.
Instead of just giving it onto the way of the opponent. So that was game number 3 of this best of 3 series. It was a long stretch. I think by far the longest game we've casted so far today. What was the timer on that thing?
50-something minutes. It was a pretty long game. I mean, we were closing in on tier 5 items in the neutrals. I was like, oh well. But luckily we didn't get there.
But why? How did Army Geniuses fall out though? Did you think it's just because they didn't hit their timings right? Why did they fall out? What went wrong there?
You have to make one of 2 decisions. Either you say, if we take Tiny, we go faster. We got to end the game faster, like because you got Tiny and Batrider. No, the scaling is just not there. So either you end the game faster, or you switch one of these heroes out. It's okay if you have one. Batrider can go and last someone, bring Dragon out. That's perfect. It's well worth it. It's like late game Chrono just to kill a core. It's very worth it. Or you can keep the Tiny, but get something else, something a bit more offensive. because these two heroes very utility heavy and just not bringing enough.
Also, yeah, talking about like the supports, right? I'm surprised. How on earth did Boomy bounce back despite being picked off? Like he's being like prioritized in a pick-off, and suddenly he's got these items to fatten him out. Like what happened there? Like how is the Tiny, who's doing all these initiation, has got nothing but like a 4-staff and stuff on him? Did he have a glimmer?
No,
he did not.
literally not a blink dagger 4-staff. That's all he.
That's all he had the whole game, despite the 27 lead. Nevertheless, we have an interview, a phoner, actually, with one of the players from Team Adroit, the POS5 CML. Is he on screen? Hello, what's up, CML?
Hello. What's up? I'm all good, guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I could hear your in-game in the background. Are you still stoked on what just happened? Like, run us through it. Did you think that the comeback was actually possible?
Yeah, we were playing on our comfort, which is the long game. So like we're expecting that even if we had a rough early game, so we can still come back in the long game.
Did the Sven catch you by surprise in game 2 and 3? Like the first time, especially.
Yeah, in the first game, I mean in the second game, we were surprised by his rush armlet, so we didn't expect it. So we had a lot of trouble during the second game because we were not prepared for it. And during the third game, we were able to find a counter for it.
So when you go back after game 2, you sit and discuss, and you think about this Vayne. Was like Bane the obvious counter?
Yeah, we third pick the Bane, so we're expecting that they will pick Sven on our to counter our Phantom Lancer.
So I'd like to find out, was the game 3, was that the early laning phase you were envisioning? Like you knew you were gonna have like the worst laning stage in the first 30 minutes?
Yeah, we were expecting that we're gonna have a hard time considering that they have Underlord mid, so they quite have the snowball in the early game.
So now that the series is done and you have nothing left to play, how do you feel? What are you gonna do for the rest of the night?
I think we're gonna mourn because our captain Bumi didn't get his visa, so I think we would still discuss our plans for the ESL major.
Also, I'd like to talk about your offlaner Bach. Like with game 1, Winter Wyvern on the offlane, was that intentional?
Yeah, it was intentional. It was kind of a switch pick for us, the Ench and the Wyvern.
So do you feel bad about ruining pubs with Winter Wyvern
But
offlane?
I guess with Bok, he keeps on playing that in pubs.
CML, okay, before we close out right here, could you give me your best impression of a Lakad Matatang?
Lokad Matatag!
Normalin. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
This is CML from Team Adroit, who just won the first match series of the day. And congratulations, they'll be moving on forward in the upper bracket. Meanwhile, not over just yet for Team Army Geniuses as they go down to the lower. Now, we have another matchup series for the day. You want to tell them what that is?
Yeah, we're going to look at Trust. What's it called? Mythgard Trust.
Motivate
Trust.
Motivate Trust
going against Reality Rift.
Yeah.
The winner of that will be going up against what we saw just now, and the loser will go against Army Geniuses. So it's going to be an exciting game and I imagine that Adroit is going to be watching this as well, thinking, who are we going up against? Reality Rift, they showed a lot recently, but Motivate Trust are coming in with their cards hidden, basically.
It's only fair, right? You got to pay the same respects to any of the team who's invited or qualified. It doesn't matter. It's a game of Dota. If Army Geniuses could actually snatch that game 2 away from Team Adroit, there's no saying that anyone else can't do the same. So we're going to get into our match series in just about a bit. But before we sign off, once again, my name is Scatty Keith, and together with me, Big Brain Dota, Otomo. That's going to stick, my man. See you in the next one.